The U.S. has the highest rate of civilian gun ownership in the world. That rate is nearly double the second-ranked country. Today's books, Safety is Not Promised by Ellen Knutson and Report U.S. by Eileen Boxer, take a deep and personal look at the impacts of all of these guns in our country and culture. Book artist, designer, and educator Ellen Knutson has been publishing as Crooked Letterpress for over 20 years. Many of her distinctive books appear playful in style and interaction, but Knutson's work often develops out of processing discomfort. Safety is Not Promised addresses the enduring problem of the overabundance of guns in the U.S. Knutson's direct language asserts her deep frustration and the indifference a bullet has to the supposed distinction between a good guy with a gun or a bad guy with a gun. Her basic yet bold color palette reflects how plain this issue is to her. And these circular bullet holes, recalling the holes in the case, are scattered everywhere. Wherever we are, we cannot escape them. The irregular movement of this maze book brings to my mind how the U.S. can't gain meaningful traction on fixing the problems of gun violence. My fingers sense Knutson's frustration over nothing progressing or improving. Safety is Not Promised developed from a model Knutson made in a workshop with book artist Julie Chen. She received a small trinket gun as a prompt, which led to the first iteration of this book. That original model was made using pochoir, a stenciling technique, and transfer type to quickly set down color and words. Her core idea was established. Then, on February 14, 2018, a former student of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, Knutson's state of residence, murdered 17 people at the school using an AR-15 semi-automatic assault rifle. In response to the pain of this tragedy and Knutson's exasperation over gun violence and the ease with which assault weapons can be purchased, she organized a print portfolio with artist Lisa Beth Robinson. 22 artists and printers contributed works to this portfolio, and the proceeds were donated to Everytown for Gun Safety and Sandy Hook Promise. For her print, Knutson refined the book model she had made in that earlier workshop. She also added borders with the text that reads, "You're going to have to think this through all the way to the ultimate end," which is someone you love being murdered at school or at work or at a concert or at a movie or at a restaurant or walking down the street. And on the other side, because some people think it's important that there be no common sense regulation of military-style weaponry. Her final piece works as both a flat print and cut and folded down into this book. Knutson impressed upon me how difficult this book was to make. She said to me, "It looks playful, but it's not playful. It looks simple, but it's not simple. It doesn't help. I want to help. I want it to stop." The colophon notes that we cannot keep living like this, in fear and in fear-mongering. She's right. Safety should be promised. Eileen Boxer is an artist and graphic designer based in Brooklyn, New York. Her commercial work and fine art regularly inform each other. Whatever the subject, medium, or project constraints, her goal is to arrive at a dichotomy between banality and poignancy. Report US combines both of Boxer's primary disciplines, but adds the power of art for social change. It is a series of 31 books. Each volume compiles gun incidents reported in the United States during a single day in January 2015. Every page spread has one incident of gun violence. Some are vague with just a few details. This might have been all of the information available in the police report. Others tell more of a story. As I read them, scenes of fear, violence, and sadness form in my head. I am reminded that statistics are built from real events, accumulating one by one to disturbingly high numbers. With each new page, each incident, I feel an increasing weight on my shoulders and chest. When I finally put the book down, I'm struck by a scale shift. This is just one volume from one day, and in front of me is only 1 month. Since there's no mandatory federal database for reporting gun-related incidents, Boxer compiled the reports collected by the Gun Violence Archive. This online resource collects daily incidents from media, government, and commercial sources. Boxer pays close attention to editing throughout her creative work. For her, how you edit and what you choose to edit are critical parts of the process. Her deliberate editing of the police and news reports creates more arresting stories than mere statistics. Boxer also notes that this information is incomplete. HIPAA policies restrict gun-related suicides from public records. The interiors of the books bring us deep into the real people and stories behind the numbers. The exterior of Report US highlights another layer of information. Looking at the spines lined up together, it's hard to overlook that January 1st is much thicker than the other 30 books. It's an effective data visualization that makes me think about the causes and patterns of gun violence. This edition of Report US is just part of the larger project. Boxer also made a set of one-of-a-kind books that chronicles gun incidents over a week instead of a single day. Those oversized hand-bound volumes are covered with a glaze made from real animal blood. As each book is handled, red pigment from the end papers transfers onto the reader's fingers and then onto the pages of the books. For Boxer, the books weren't the primary goal of the project. She wanted this information to be out in the world so people can feel the impact. To this end, she created stickers and wheat-pasted posters, and she envisions more opportunities to place these stories in the public, such as digital billboards. Boxer explained to me that this project isn't about politics or the laws surrounding gun violence. While she has these things in mind, Report US illuminates more. She told me, "It paints a picture of a country so distraught and diseased that it has allowed guns to proliferate as an essential part of our identity." Safety is not promised, and Report US impress on us the vast personal and societal impacts of our country's abundant gun problems. Shannon Watts, the activist and founder of Moms Demand Action, said it plain. If arming more people meant that we would be safer, we would be the safest country on Earth.